You know, I walk into this theater when it's nice and quiet, or I walk into the costume room and I close the door and I breathe and I pray and I look around and I think, this is unbelievable. I am blessed beyond measure. And then I walk back out into the room full of students and that melts away. It becomes a mission, not just a job.
What was so appealing about the Faith Conservatory, well, one of many things, is the resources that are put into every interest level and ability level of students. So we offer everything here from that college prep ready to enter the industry, and yet there is absolutely still room for that entry-level student to kind of test the waters, see if they have a voice, see if they can draw, participate in a production in a small way and kind of whet their appetite for the arts, unlike any place I have ever seen for a middle school, high school level. It is extraordinary. And yet none of that is sacrificed at the expense of the individual relationship between the teacher and the student. Eric Ball always talks about creating magic.
Theater is my life. It's my blood.
In the theater and throughout our arts programs, and I think that's one of the most magical things that we offer. This top tier, top level set of resources and expert teachers, and yet these extraordinarily personal relationships with every student that walks through one of our classrooms.
We started off with just the instruments that we had for marching band. These kids were getting better and better, and their scores were going up and up and up. Then at one point, I figured we couldn't go any farther because we didn't have any more equipment.
The band and orchestra program has really benefited from the fundraisers because we've been able to purchase equipment that we wouldn't have been able to purchase in years past. Through all the generosity of the donors, we've been able to go from 2 string basses to 6.
3 more marimbas, 1 more vibraphone, and 1 more xylophone.
We're now going to have 5 string bass players in high school orchestra this year.
And then we had a parent donate a set of orchestra bells. And it's actually the exact same set of orchestra bells that the Chicago Symphony use.
We went from 1 small tuba that didn't really work, that was held together with duct tape. Now we have 4 beautiful concert tubas, 2 sousaphones, and 4 smaller tubas.
And then all of a sudden, we could now play this music, collegiate level music, that we weren't able to do before. We just needed the equipment. And we have since turned the program into one of the best in the state.
And we've also been able to start a color guard program to supplement our marching band, to add the beauty to the music that's on the field. And without that funding, we would never have been able to start the color guard program.
Now it really works and people notice the Faith Lutheran Percussion program.
The fundraiser has also helped us out a lot with scholarships for trips. We were able to send 6 students on scholarship to Iceland. And those 6 students wouldn't have been able to go, and the band wouldn't have been the complete band without those 6 students.
Every year well, this is our first year, but the band, we take a trip to California, and this is our first year going to this festival. So I had my beginning class and intermediate. The beginning class had to take on whatever the intermediate was learning, and the level was just like, they were like, what, we have to learn this? But I can tell you, these kids, I was so proud of them. They went in there, I get chills talking about it now. They went in there, and I just told them, just play, have fun, play. They took first place, you know, and superior rating. The rating was really important to me because it says that the kids are really into the music, and they played to their best ability, and the judges agreed, you know. That sense of accomplishment just, made them feel like they were 10 feet tall.
What has driven the program in general, though, is the students' realization that we all kind of know what gifts we have, but most often we don't usually regularly apply them.
I started the conservatory because there are so many talented students who don't have a place where they fit in. They don't have a place that they can call their own. And these are the students that I've always been drawn to. They're the students that I've always loved, and I saw them hurting, and I saw the incredible gifts that they'd been given by God, and it made me so sad that they didn't have their own place and their own voice.
I think band kids just gravitate to each other, naturally. Any of the arts kids, they gravitate to their kind. We try to make this room, or the CPAC in general, a home base. They can feel safe here.
And for our community, it shows that at Faith, we support people who are different and that we invite everybody. When Christ said, "Let the children come to me," it's all of the children. It's the artists who think so differently and the performers on stage, and it's the musicians who march to the beat of their own drum.
In the CPAC, in the band room, in the theater, in the choir room, everyone has a different discipline in the fine arts. Like myself, I was never going to be science, and that's not a dig on science. This is who I am, and this is the place I needed to be. And we need to give kids a place to go and hang out with other kids that understand what we do.
So that's just such a powerful thing. It's what music does to a lot of kids. It just helps them find their place. You know, because a lot of times, especially at that age, you imagine, you know, running around this big school, and this actually, you know, gives them something. You know, that's just the power of music.
But it gives them a place to thrive, a place where they are part of the Faith community and still fit into the larger picture where they can see why they were given these special gifts.
And we owe that all to the school and people that are supporting us. It means a lot to me as a teacher, and it means a lot to the students. So thank you.
The funds have also gone for other things that are just as important. We've bought brand new flooring for the stage so our dancers have a safe place to dance. We've built a brand new office in the theater. We've done all kinds of amazing things by adding storage that has been vertical storage that's safe for all of our tools in the scene shop. So we have a place to create again. We've bought all kinds of art supplies. The money has gone to such great causes and benefited every single student here in the arts. The generosity of our patrons in the past have done so much for the conservatory and so much for the ministry here. Just this last year, we purchased a brand new soundboard, all based on the donations that were given to us from Rock in the Arts. Every penny of that soundboard came from Rock in the Arts, and it benefits every single student here at school, all of the chapel services, our assemblies. Even when we have guest speakers, they all get a chance to benefit from the soundboard, and that is a legacy that people have left here at Faith.
In order to create an alternative reality on stage, we need to first focus on the technical challenges that would come together to make that reality happen.
It begins once upon a time.
9 times out of 10, I said, oh, I need this scene to be hotter or colder or more isolated or more intimate. Well, how does that get translated technically? How we do that is we take tools and we apply those tools in a creative, strategic way in order to kind of create that environment, in order to kind of build that vision. And in order to do that, we need the tools. It's like the equivalent of saying, I need to build a set, I first need a hammer. A tech element like a lighting console is very important, because without the right tools, we can't create the right elements.
In a choral concert, I see lighting as another character, another voice, literally on stage. What light can do to augment what a soloist is doing or what an ensemble is doing, setting the tone for a song, creating a full choral experience for our patrons. So having a new light board here in our CPAC will add a whole new dimension for the programs.
We could really use a light board. Ours is antiquated. It has a floppy disk drive in it still. We need something that will allow us to continue growing, allow the students who are learning, the technical students, to learn on the best possible equipment so they can continue to thrive, as well as making sure our productions are the best that they possibly can be.
How would a light board affect a music program? So many ways. With our concerts in years past, we've had white light shining down, and there's been some shadows on faces and music. And with a new light board, we're going to be able to bring extra elements, visual elements to what we're doing. Light changes, scene changes on the background to line up with the music that we're performing. to give a truly emotional experience to everything that we're performing. Because of the generosity through this fundraiser, we've been able to purchase equipment which helped a young 6th grader who was playing on our very first and kind of cracked bass grow up into this beautiful young woman, loving music, loving her instrument. Now she's at college, she's a music ed major, and she is just on fire. And that wouldn't have happened without having the equipment, without having the funds to bring in extra instructors to help her and other students go on these amazing field trips. And it's because of Faith Lutheran and because of this conservatory program and because of your generosity into this conservatory that we're able to go out and change all of these students' lives, families' lives, and they're going to keep changing people's lives in the future. So thank you for all of your donations.
Creating a better person is what we're doing here, not creating better actors and actresses. That's what we do at Faith Lutheran. We try to create better human beings so that they can go out in the world and do whatever they want and be whoever they want in a way that is going to make the world a better place.
I think it's the trend in education right now, beyond the walls of a school like Faith, to be cutting arts programs, to be defunding them, as opposed to really supporting them in a powerful way.
My kids went to public schools, and they didn't have this there. There wasn't a budget for it. And the fact that they're able to come to this school and that the people are donating money to the arts, it's incredible.
I like to think of it as investments in the future, investments in opportunity, in potential, in drive, in passion, in love. It's an investment in what we do best. That's this. That's the stuff that makes this life so worth living.
And I think it's in our DNA to be creative. We're sons and daughters of the Creator. We are wired to do creative things. And so when we invest in this, we are just investing not only in the whole person, but just in a lifetime of being who we were fully created to be. And I don't think we can ever put enough funds or resources or time or people into this part of who we are as humans.
I guess what's most important to me when I speak to you now, when I ask you for help, which isn't always easy to do, is to tell you how important these students are. They're my life and they're my heart, and they're the heart of all of the teachers here, and they're the heart of the community, and they're the hands and feet of Jesus on earth. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your gifts. You are making a difference.
Anything else?